All right, welcome back to my thoughts for Godzilla Singular Point. I just finished watching episode 2. I'm still in the hotel. I'm actually going to be probably binging a couple episodes while I'm here. I have some free time at the hotel, so I'm actually just going to watch as many episodes as I can. So it'll probably be this kind of style for a couple episodes, maybe even the whole thing. I don't know how far I can get. Anyways, yeah, so I just got finished watching episode 2. So this episode definitely was a lot more interesting. We got to see Jet Jaguar in action. I forgot to mention in the last episode, kind of like my thoughts on the designs of the characters. I know that the designs have been a little controversial leading up to the series, like the promotional material and all that, like especially with Jet Jaguar's design and everything like that. But to be honest, I mean, I expected kind of crazy looking designs because it is an anime. So I wasn't really expecting like traditional looking designs that we're used to seeing with these characters. So the fact that Jet Jaguar's look is very weird and and Rodan especially looks very different as well. Those are the two main big monsters for this episode or the characters was Jet Jaguar versus Rodan. And pretty much they they began right where the last episode left off, where Jet Jaguar is fighting Rodan. We didn't get to see too much more of the characters. I still haven't got to memorize their name, but that's okay. I'm just gonna really call them as the tech girl, or the girl with the little dog on her computer, which their dynamic is pretty funny. I feel like they're gonna their bond is just gonna continue to grow, I think. And then you have the two guys who are in charge of the Jet Jaguar robot program or something like that. They didn't really have a big part in this episode neither, but I really do like the old guy who's also part of their group, the Jet Jaguar group. That's what I'm going to call them, the Jet Jaguar group. The old man was pretty funny. He was piloting the Jet Jaguar while fighting Rodan, so I would say he's a pretty good comedy relief character. And then pretty much we just get to find out that there's a bunch of Rodans, and then there was this image that showed it that was titled Gorgira, and it was this image of a big fish in the Red Sea, and all these Rodans flying out of the ocean and stuff. So it's a big prophecy or some kind of prediction that's the end of the world. So I kind of see where this show may be going towards, because obviously that big fish is Godzilla, because you can tell by there's the water, the waves that are kind of on the fish's back, but they're kind of styled as his dorsal plate. So just a neat little detail there that I noticed. So yeah, overall it was a really good episode. I mean, we get a little more intrigue. There's a bunch of Rodans coming their way. It kind of gave me vibes of Gamera 3, where no, not Gamera 3, Gamera 1, where in the Heisei series, where there was all these Gyaos that were being discovered, all these dead bodies being discovered all over across the country or whatever. So it just kind of gave me that vibe, all these Rodan bodies were being found. It was weird though, because obviously the show will probably explain why this is happening, but after the battle with Jet Jaguar and Rodan, Rodan flies up to escape, and then all of a sudden he just dies out of nowhere and then just falls down. So that was kind of interesting. And also I guess the people were touching his body and he was kind of hot, so he was burning. So that was really weird. I was why is their body burning? It's if they're decaying, then they're burning or something. It's really intriguing. I'm very interested. That's the one thing that I'm super excited about this series and what Toho is doing with Godzilla so far, with Shin Godzilla, even the anime trilogy, and now this anime. I'm just so happy that Toho is taking risks. They're just doing different things, even if it doesn't land like the anime trilogy did a couple years ago. It's at least interesting to see Godzilla in a different kind of style, So I'm just really excited to see where this goes. But as far as I know the one thing that I keep on forgetting to talk about is the character designs. Jet Jaguar's design, I don't mind it too much. It's a little distracting that he's like this stumpy little robot with like a big body area, like just a big square with like long arms and stuff. But it doesn't really bother me that much because it's an anime. Like, I expect things to be a little bit crazy. And Rodan's design too. Rodan looks fine. I mean, he looks like a dinosaur. That's pretty much what, he's supposed to be. So I am excited to see, Godzilla when he does appear, but I feel like they're going to be keeping him for later in the series. It does look like they're building him up. So that's really exciting. And this episode ended on a pretty cool cliffhanger. That all these, like, we see these fishermen on the boat, and all these Rodan just fly out of the ocean, and they're just like going to somewhere. So it's like, it looks like the apocalypse is already beginning in the show. So it's very intriguing. I'm very excited to see where the show is gonna go. So yeah, stay tuned. I'll get to episode 3 and see where we go. All right, see you guys.